Folks, let's be real for a minute. Times are tough, and honestly, they might get tougher before they get better. Inflation is eating away at our paychecks, the job market is shakier than a ladder held together with duct tape, and some folks are worried about putting food on the table. But listen, burying your head in the sand won't solve anything. We need to be proactive. We need to be smart, and we need to get ready to weather this storm. The good news is, even in tough times, there are always opportunities. Remember the story of Joseph in the Bible? He went from the pit to the palace by being prepared and making smart choices. That's what we're going to do together, right here, right now. We're going to talk about how to take control of your finances, build a safety net, and come out stronger on the other side, no matter what life throws your way. I'm talking about having a plan, folks, a real solid plan, not just hoping for the best. We're going to talk about cutting back on unnecessary expenses, finding ways to boost your income, and making your money work harder for you. It's time to get back to basics, live within our means, and build a future we can be proud of. So grab a pen and paper, get ready to take some notes, and let's dive in. Look, I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom here, but let's face it, life throws curveballs. Your car could decide it's done with driving, your refrigerator might take a permanent vacation, or you could face unexpected medical bills. These things happen, and when they do, you don't want to be caught off guard, scraping by, or worse, going into debt. That's where your emergency fund comes in. Think of it like your financial life raft. It's that safety net that keeps you afloat when the unexpected happens. Now, I'm not saying you need $1 million stashed away, though wouldn't that be nice? A good rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. Start small if you have to, even if it's just $50 or $100 a month. Every little bit counts. Make it a habit, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a separate savings account specifically for emergencies. You won't even miss it, and trust me, you'll thank yourself later. All right, folks, let's talk about something we all love to do. Spend money. Just kidding. But seriously, we've all been there, swiping that credit card without a second thought, buying things we don't need, with money we don't have. It's time to break that cycle. Take a good hard look at your spending habits. Are you drowning in subscription services you barely use? Are you eating out more than you're cooking at home? Do you really need that daily latte? I'm not saying you have to live like a monk, but there are probably areas where you can cut back without feeling deprived. Remember, every dollar you save is a dollar you can put towards building a more secure future. So brew your own coffee, pack your lunch, and find free or low-cost entertainment options. You'll be surprised how much you can save by making a few simple changes. Folks, the job market is changing faster than ever before. What worked yesterday might not cut it tomorrow. That's why it's crucial to invest in yourself and your earning potential. Whether you're looking to climb the ladder in your current field or explore new horizons, upskilling or reskilling is the name of the game. Think about the skills that are in high demand and see if there are any that pique your interest. Maybe you've always wanted to learn coding, digital marketing, or graphic design. Or perhaps you're interested in a trade like plumbing, electrical work, or carpentry. The possibilities are endless. The great thing is, there are more resources available than ever before to help you learn new skills. Online courses, community colleges, and vocational schools offer affordable and flexible options. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and invest in your future. Now I know what you're thinking. Networking? That sounds scary and intimidating, but trust me, it doesn't have to be. Networking is simply about building relationships with people who can help you achieve your goals. And in today's world, it's more important than ever. Start by reaching out to people you already know. Friends, family, former colleagues, and classmates. Let them know you're exploring new opportunities and see if they have any advice or connections. You'll be surprised how many people are willing to help if you just ask. Attend industry events, join online communities, and connect with people on LinkedIn. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and strike up conversations. You never know where a simple introduction might lead. Listen, gone are the days of relying on a single job for your income. The gig economy is booming, and for good reason. Freelancing and gig work offer flexibility, control over your schedule, and the potential to earn extra cash, all on your own terms. Think about your skills and interests. Could you offer freelance writing, editing, or virtual assistant services? Are you good with your hands and could offer handyman or cleaning services? Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and TaskRabbit make it easier than ever to connect with potential clients. Even if you can only dedicate a few hours a week, a side hustle can make a big difference in your bottom line. It's a great way to diversify your income streams, gain new experience, and potentially even turn your passion into a full-time gig. Let's talk about investing, folks. And no, I'm not talking about gambling your hard-earned money on some get-rich-quick scheme. I'm talking about building a solid foundation for your financial future. The key here is diversification. Think of your investment portfolio like a well-balanced breakfast. You wouldn't just eat cereal for every meal, would you? You need a variety of nutrients to stay healthy. The same goes for your investments. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your money across different asset classes like stocks, bonds, real estate, and commodities. This helps to mitigate risk and protect your savings from market volatility. When it comes to investing in stocks, I'm a big fan of the slow and steady wins the race approach. That's why I recommend considering blue chip stocks. These are shares of large, well-established companies with a proven track record of profitability and dividend payments. Think of companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, or Procter & Gamble. These are the kinds of businesses that have been around for decades, weathering economic storms and consistently delivering value to their shareholders. Investing in blue-chip stocks may not make you rich overnight, but it's a solid long-term strategy for building wealth. They offer stability, dividends, and the peace of mind that comes with investing in companies with a proven track record. Folks, when the economy gets shaky, people tend to flock to safe haven assets. These are investments that are perceived as less risky and tend to hold their value or even increase in value during times of economic uncertainty. Gold, my friends, is the ultimate safe haven. For centuries, gold has been considered a store of value. It's a tangible asset that can't be printed or devalued by governments. When the stock market is in turmoil, gold often shines. Now, I'm not saying you should put all your money into gold, but it's worth considering as part of a diversified portfolio. There are several ways to invest in gold, from buying physical coins and bars to investing in gold ETFs or mining companies. Do your research and choose the option that best suits your risk tolerance and investment goals. Now, if you're looking for the potential for higher returns, you might want to consider adding some undervalued stocks to your portfolio. These are companies that are trading at a price lower than their intrinsic value. Think of it like finding a hidden treasure at a flea market. It might take some digging and research, but the rewards can be significant. The key is to identify companies with strong fundamentals that are temporarily undervalued by the market. This requires some homework. Look for companies with a solid track record, a strong management team, and a competitive advantage in their industry. These are the companies that have the potential to rebound and deliver impressive returns over time. Now let's talk about bonds. Bonds are like the steady eddy of your investment portfolio. They might not be the most exciting investment, but they provide stability and income. Think of them like the bass player in a band. They might not get all the glory, but they're essential for a solid foundation. When you invest in bonds, you're essentially lending money to a government or corporation. In return, they agree to pay you back the principal plus interest over a set period of time. Bonds are generally considered less risky than stocks and can provide a steady stream of income. They're a good option for investors who are looking for stability and income, especially those approaching retirement. Folks, let's face it, people are always going to need healthcare. It's a non-negotiable, especially as we age. This makes healthcare a relatively recession-proof industry. Even when the economy takes a hit, people still need to see doctors, fill prescriptions, and take care of their health. This makes investing in healthcare companies a smart move, especially during uncertain economic times. Look for companies that provide essential healthcare services, such as hospitals, pharmaceutical companies, and medical device manufacturers. These companies tend to have stable earnings and are less affected by economic downturns. Just be sure to do your research and choose companies with a solid track record and a bright future. Listen, people gotta eat, right? No matter what's happening in the economy, people still need to buy groceries. This makes grocery stores a relatively recession-resistant industry. Sure, people might cut back on dining out or buying luxury items, but they're not going to stop buying food altogether. Investing in grocery store chains can be a smart move during economic downturns. Look for companies with a strong track record, a loyal customer base, and a focus on value and affordability. These companies are well positioned to weather economic storms and continue to deliver returns to their shareholders. Remember, folks, investing in essential businesses is a good strategy for navigating uncertain times. And what's more essential than putting food on the table? Now here's the thing about tough times. People tend to hold on to their belongings longer. They might not be able to afford to buy new cars, appliances, or electronics, so they'll repair what they have instead. This is where repair services come in. Mechanics, electricians, plumbers, and other skilled tradespeople are always in demand, regardless of the economy. People will always need their cars fixed, their pipes unclogged, and their appliances repaired. If you're looking for a recession-resistant career path, consider learning a trade. Skilled trades offer job security, good pay, and the satisfaction of working with your hands. Plus, you'll always be in demand. Let's talk about utilities, folks. Electricity, gas, water. These are not luxuries, they're necessities. People need these services to live, regardless of the economy. This makes utility companies relatively recession-proof investments. Think about it. People might cut back on vacations or entertainment, but they're not going to stop heating their homes or turning on the lights. This provides a level of stability and predictability to utility companies' earnings. Investing in utility companies can be a good way to add stability and income to your portfolio. They typically pay dividends and are less volatile than other sectors. Just be sure to do your research and choose companies with a strong track record and a solid financial position. Folks, it's not something we like to think about, but it's a fact of life. Death is inevitable. And when it happens, people need funeral services. This makes the funeral industry a recession-resistant sector. It's a business that's always in demand, regardless of the economic climate. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and buy stock in a funeral home tomorrow, but it's important to understand that there are certain industries that tend to perform well even during tough times. These are the businesses that provide essential services that people rely on, no matter what. So when you're thinking about investing, or even career choices, keep in mind the importance of recession resistance. Look for businesses and industries that are essential to people's lives and are likely to weather economic storms. All right, folks, let's talk about communication, especially in a crisis. What happens when the phones are down, the internet is out, and you need to reach someone far away? This is where ham radio comes in. It's a lifeline when other forms of communication fail. Ham radio operators, or hams as they're called, can communicate over long distances using radio waves. They can send and receive messages, share information, and provide assistance in emergencies. It's a valuable skill to have, especially in today's unpredictable world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ham radio? That sounds complicated. But trust me, it's easier than you think. There are plenty of resources available to help you get started, including online courses, study guides, and local ham radio clubs. Now, if you're looking for a more accessible way to communicate locally, CB radio is a great option. CB stands for Citizens Band, and it's a type of radio that's easy to use and doesn't require a license. CB radios have a range of up to about 25 miles, depending on the terrain and weather conditions. They're perfect for keeping in touch with family and friends, coordinating with neighbors, or getting help in an emergency. You can often find CB radios at truck stops, electronics stores, or online. They're relatively inexpensive and easy to install. Just make sure you familiarize yourself with the proper etiquette and channels before you start transmitting. Folks, sometimes you need a way to communicate instantly, without relying on cell towers or the internet. That's where walkie-talkies come in handy. They're portable, easy to use, and can be a lifesaver in an emergency. Walkie-talkies use radio waves to transmit and receive voice messages over short distances. They're perfect for keeping in touch with family members at a crowded event, coordinating with neighbors during a power outage, or communicating with your hiking buddies on the trail. You can find walkie-talkies at most sporting goods stores, electronics stores, and online retailers. They come in a variety of ranges and features, so you can choose the ones that best meet your needs. Listen, in a true emergency, you can't always rely on technology. Cell towers can go down, the internet can go out, and batteries can die. That's why it's crucial to have designated physical meeting points with your loved ones. Choose a few easily identifiable locations in your neighborhood, town, or city. Make sure everyone in your family or group knows where these meeting points are and when to go there in case of an emergency. It's also a good idea to have a backup plan in case you can't reach your primary meeting point. Having a plan in place can provide peace of mind and help you stay connected with your loved ones when it matters most. Now, I know we live in a digital age where GPS is king, but what happens when your phone battery dies, you lose signal, or the satellites are down? That's why it's essential to have paper maps and directions on hand, especially for areas you frequent. Keep a map of your city or region in your car, your backpack, or your emergency kit. Mark down important locations like your home, your workplace, your children's school, and potential evacuation routes. Learning to read a map and navigate using landmarks and compass directions is a valuable skill. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you never forget. And in a pinch, it could save you time, stress, and potentially even your life. Folks, we've covered a lot of ground today, from building an emergency fund to diversifying your investments, and even preparing for the unexpected with ham radios and paper maps. The key takeaway here is this: knowledge is power, and taking proactive steps today can make all the difference in securing your future. Remember, staying informed about economic trends, managing your finances wisely, and building a strong support network are crucial for navigating uncertain times. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Seek out resources and learn new skills. The future may be uncertain, but your ability to adapt, overcome, and thrive is entirely within your control. So go out there, take control of your destiny, and build the future you deserve. And remember, I'm rooting for you every step of the way.